Hi Capricorn, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. Remember guys, there's always an extended reading, and that link is right in below in the description box, and I will attach it to the top of the comment section as well. We'll go over the astrology a little bit. It's very beautiful astrology for you, and then we'll see what the cards have to say. Okay, so there's some sort of call to action almost right now when it comes to your faith, because there is trying issues that are going on. Trying as in I believe they're founded in miscommunication, but I'll tell you why I believe that. This has to do with your family situation. That could have been the family that you come from, or the family that was built by you. So your children or your mother, father, right? Cancerian is usually, Cancerian energy is the fourth house. So that is the family that was built by your mother and father that you come from. But it could also be the family that you built if you are a mother or a father. Spirit has a plan. Be loyal to what you love. I just feel this call of arms that's saying, I get it. Something is testing you, but be loyal to this person. Believe in them. Continue to believe in who you know they are. It may not be fully comprehensive to you right now what they are going through or why they are making the decisions they are making. But you have either raised or were raised with or loved a really good person, and that remains consistent. That is true still. That in no way, shape, or form has changed. It's going to be challenged. It, as in you believing in them, is going to be challenged because they're surprising you right now, maybe in their behavior, maybe in their actions, maybe in their interests. But ultimately, Spirit is calling you to have faith in everything you know them to be. All the cards are upright, so this is a good soul. This is not something that's twisted. This is straightforward. You just may not be understanding it or getting along with it right now. Let's go into the astrology a little bit and maybe you'll understand why. Now, Saturn is a planet that clearly all the planets are affecting us all the time. But I think for you personally, what's going on universally is that Saturn is in a beautiful grand trine for most of this week to Mars, which is in Gemini, and to the beautiful Sun-Venus conjunction in Libra. So that means that there should be harmony when it comes to your relationships, your attractiveness, how you feel about yourself within relationships, how attractive you feel, how attracted to your person you are, or how ready you are maybe for a person if you haven't been with somebody. This is all harmonious things, like the tension is gone. It's easier. There's an ease to it because of that beautiful trine. And because of that beautiful trine to Mars, there's an ease with figuring things out of how to get things done. And there's an ease committing to something and not being afraid of all the energy it's going to take. There's an ease with being able to understand how to use or schedule, your energy. Now Mars and Venus are also trine, which means there's beautiful harmony that Saturn is in that grand trine with between the divine masculine and divine feminine energies within relationships, within your sexuality and your sensuality. There's a harmony there. So this is a beautiful kind of counterbalance to what you guys experienced during Virgo season, where there was just horrible tension and a direct opposition to Venus and things weren't going so well. And I can tell you, if your relationship survived that, or how you feel and love yourself and how you value things, if those things didn't completely break down and disintegrate then this is really the time when they are all built back up again, and you can really find ways to take all those discoveries through the hard times and put them to use, or you'll find an ease that comes from, hey, we've been through that. This is a breeze. So you do have a lot of supportive energy coming from just the cosmos this week. There is a challenging aspect, and that is the square to Uranus. Saturn has been square to the North and South Node for most of this year, and now it's back in this square with Uranus. And what that usually means, and I told you I was going to get to this, is the communication error of this is why Uranus and Saturn can really be conflicted. Uranus wants to make, seems to Saturn like it wants to make all of these changes, right? And Saturn seems to Uranus like it doesn't want to make any. But the truth is, the two of them have a lot more in common than either of them think, because they're both very, very focused on sort of the purity and the righteousness of the situation. Is it actually the good thing to do? Now, Saturn bases the good thing to do based on the past and based on the laws that exist now. And Uranus bases the good thing to do based on the future and the potential for what is to come. And that's why both of them sort of have like a blind spot into each other's perspective. But the truth is they're both looking for the same thing, which is this sort of purification and purity of the situation, to find the most perfect situation, to build it and to maintain it and preserve it, or honor it. Let's say that, honor it, because building and maintaining is more Saturnian energy. So I feel like there may be conflicts, and if you're experiencing any conflicts now with a person in your life, somebody who is close to you, somebody you have an intimate relationship with, even if this is a business partnership, there is just this sense of you both actually want the same thing, but you're thinking that you want completely different things because you're coming at it from a completely different perspective. Spirit has a plan. This is destined. This could be somebody that you're meant to be in a family with, or it's destined to sort of grow and be nurtured. This is almost like a family that is meant to be, comfort that is meant to be. So everything that you're going through right now is really karmic, the karmic tentacles reaching out and making you adjust and readjusting you, almost like a Rubik's Cube, to set you all in the right order. And not just you, but them too. So it's not just about, oh, I have to make all these changes as a Capricorn. That's not what it's saying. It's saying that there's changes being made in you and in them, and that's why there's this kind of jerky, kind of clinky, kind of, it doesn't feel necessarily comfortable, but it's headed in a really beautiful direction. It's saying it's for the right end. So that feeling that you feel deep inside of you, that feeling of, excuse me, but I love this person, or but I care about this situation, hold tight to that. That is exactly, Capricorn, what you want to continue to believe in. This is also a sense of look at things from a higher perspective, a faith perspective, but also a bird's eye point of view. This is koala. He sits up in a tree. Think of like looking down at the situation. So there's got to be a little bit of objectivity, which this grand air trine that Saturn is a part of is going to be easy for you to maintain that sort of mental clarity through mental objectivity. To be able to look at the situation sort of from a distance. It's telling you to just back away from it for a second and say, is anything really going wrong, or am I just responding to the fact that it's not the way that I'm used to, the way that I predicted, or the way that I'm comfortable? Because it may not even be happening to me. And because there's this presence of the dog, like, be loyal to what you love, be loyal to who you love, there is that sense of giving them that birth to be them, the space to be themselves, while you simultaneously continue to believe in the best of them, even though you're seeing them changing and shifting. Okay. okay? This is the past, so this has something to do with the past, and we're going to get into how that is impacting what is going on right now. Capricorn energy. Take some time as I shuffle the cards to like this video. It really helps, guys. I always forget to like my favorite videos, but it really does help. So that's just giving it a thumbs up. So there's some sort of sickness, there's some sort of weakness, or there's some sort of infestation. And infestations can be spiritual, physical, mental, emotional. It's stuff that you've allowed to accumulate. It could also be social in just, I maybe haven't cleaned out my closet in a while. You know, it could be like, you know, just in the interactions of the real world, right? So this is tend to the small things, mouse spirit. It's Virgo energy, so it's got something to do with work. There's some little irritations or malfunctions that could have been going on in work that have bridged into what's happening now, and it's causing you irritation. And it's almost like the irritation from the past is part of why you're having such a hard time right now dealing with, or with whom, with whatever's going on now. So what's going on right now may not seem so bad by itself, but it's that there's been an accumulation at this point, and that's kind of poking you. It's exacerbating the challenge at this time. And then we have learn from the past, but it's in reverse. And it's interesting how learn from the past is coming up in the past. So this is a long forgotten lesson because the lesson was never attended to. It was almost like a skipped class, and somehow, some way, somebody skipped the lesson. They were able to avoid it, but it accumulated, and now it's kind of in your face, and you have to sort of use faith. But there's something that it's still missing, and we're going to go into more detail. Elephant spirit, learn from the past, maternal energy. Sometimes this could do with oh wow, I just got this message. Have you admitted to yourself something about your mother or your mother figure? Have you admitted something to yourself? Because there's a question that's coming through. This channeled message is saying that maybe you just have overqualified somebody for too long because you needed to qualify them. You needed to have them qualified. A lot of times this happens with our mother or father, in that we don't question who they are or what they've done because we need to love them. We legitimately are hardwired as children. We need them. We actually need them. And we need to be loved by them. But there seems to be something that they have drained you of. There was something perpetually draining. It doesn't mean that they were a bad person or overall malfunctioning, but there's something here that was draining on you, and honestly, you never got filled back up. And it's that empty part of you that is really being put under this stress or strain. It is the foundation of all the challenges that you're experiencing as you try to build this new family or new life of your own. I know. Listen, I'm not trying to be your therapist, but I'm saying that's kind of what's coming out in the cards right now, is that it is really this. And so looking, it's like you can choose to love somebody, like we opened up, the message we opened up with, right? You can choose to love somebody for what they are. You don't have to make them perfect. And it seems like, and a lot of times as children, we absolutely do this. We have tried to make somebody perfect because we weren't mature enough to love them for what they are. You are now at a point in your life where you are mature enough to love them for who they are. But it is the trying to keep that perfect image of them that is actually not letting you fill up that tank that you actually need filled to do the work you need to do to build the family and have the kind of relationships with people that you want to have right now. Dude. Okay, just give me a second. I need to find the next set of cards so I know which way to go. I do want to check out the moon card, since this does seem to have a lot to do with family and maternal energy. This could, I mean, it definitely also could have to do with your children, maybe illness or a sickness that you always knew that they had, but didn't maybe want to address. Once again, it doesn't make them unwhole. It doesn't make them incomplete. It just means that there's something here that you have clicked off and decided to ignore because it didn't really fit with your understanding of what makes a good person a good person. And so, like I said, we do this when we're immature. It could be immature as in you were young when you made these decisions, or it could have been even if you were a parent, which means you weren't technically young, you were immature to parenting. This was a new experience for you. You hadn't read every book. It doesn't come with a manual. It has something to do with this energy that's flowing around it right now, where it's just this sense of, it's a sickness. It's sort of like an underlying disease. It could be mental, sure. It could be mental. It could have to do with learning disabilities, especially when we have elephant here in reverse. Could have to do with learning disabilities and memory disorders, some sort of mental disorder, mental misinterpretations. Now, here in the present, we have everything upright. So it means that you have a wonderful life and that you have done so much work up until this point in your life to make your life something extraordinary, to make your life something actually very beautiful, to right those wrongs. And it could be how much energy you are putting in to overcompensating because you knew there were problems. But this is the thing. You have healed it for others. You have not healed it for yourself. What you need to do is go back and you have to fill up that tank. It's there, you have the tank, but it has remained empty because it was not filled up. And you, because you are who you are, my amazing, powerful, and ridiculously magical Capricorns, finding a way to make everything work with the stupidest amount of resources. Like, give a Capricorn a penny, they'll turn it into $1 million. It's that kind of energy. Like, great. It's wonderful that you're like that, but you need to fill up yourself. And there's a part, the issues that you're having, especially in your intimate relationships right now, it's coming from that lack. That's got nothing to do with your partnership here. It's got everything to do with you need more fuel and you haven't used that tank in years. And how to start giving yourself that. Well, you may have to confront. And I think it's pretty much at the surface level where you kind of know it already. And because you have such a beautiful energy in the cosmos right now, you will have the energy to really start to easily put this together and be like, okay, yeah, you know what? I haven't taken care of that for a long time. And I really need to do that. And I'm going to get that done. And I'm going to get that done. And I'm going to make that a priority. So what the cards are suggesting is that you do prioritize that this week. Hold on. We have a personal issue reaches resolution. This is moving into the future. So this is really good news for where we're coming from. And then confidence is your key to success. Loving yourself. And I've got to tell you, with that beautiful grand trine that Saturn is in, and with that perfect trine to that Venus-Sun conjunction, confidence is your key to success. It's almost like the universe has set you up to be able to solve this issue and harmonize what has been dissonant. The stars are perfectly aligned right now to do that. So we have that Cancerian energy. It's reemerging again. Cancerian energy, once again, has to do with mother, father, sister, brother, your family, or familiar relationships. Could have to do with new duties or responsibilities that you're finding you're taking on in that family, becoming the leader. Taking over the lead, realizing that you have to become the authority figure over your parents. That's a hard transition. I'm not saying that's happened to all of you, but think about it. It's like that. It's that perfect metaphor for you have to do something that you've never done before because now you're taking the leadership role, and it has to do with these family situations. And I've got to say, the cards and the cosmos is giving you a big old thumbs up and green light. This is the perfect energy to be able to really be successful, especially when you're starting things new. And that square to Uranus does mean there is change. It means there's change to the consistency in your life. It means that there's innovations that are happening. These don't have to be bad things. And it's almost like now you can take the time to start looking at why the new things are so good, or doing it a different way is so good. We have more. The answers you need are coming. Communications. Talking, that could be talking, it's talking one-on-one to somebody. So it could include counseling, but I also think it's just having full-on conversations person to person with people, with friends, with people that you care about. There is... The answers you need are coming. What answers are these? There's a confidence here that you know that the answers are there for you. We have Queen of Pentacles. That's you. Also about work. So specifically with regards to work, especially if you have a female boss or are a female boss, which many of my Capricorn ladies are. Hello. There is a sense of resolution happening within this week, especially around, could be workman's comp, it could be childcare issues, it could be how to, I don't want to go any further, but Queen of Pentacles, hold on. So that's the answers you need are coming. Are you building a business? Are you putting something together like work of your own? Are you taking over a project? Leave the comments below. I would love to hear your voice. So please do leave the comments below, because I absolutely would love to know. But this is definitely a sense of, yeah, ask the questions, because the answers you need are coming. It says that, you know, stay true, stay on this. You could probably almost feel it, that something from the past has led you to be what you are, and that there's this beautiful catharsis that you're about to experience as you start this new journey on this new path. You're beginning something new, that you, or somebody that you love is beginning something new in terms of how they make money. Let's see how it works out for them. We're going to go over to the extended, guys. The link is below. You can also subscribe to the Vimeo and get unlimited access to all of the extendeds. Both those links are below. I'll see you guys over there.